So welcome to Java Programming 1 course. And this section, we're going to talk about Java data types and also variables. So example, how to declare a variable, what is a variable, different data types. So here our lecture focuses on character strings and also primitive data types. Primitive data types such as integer, float, double, character, etc. Also, how to declare a variable and the use of variables, and also what is a variable. So we start with the character strings. Here we say a string literal is represented by putting double quotes around the text. So a string data type can be characters, it can be digits, symbols. Any characters, symbols, or digits that is, again, in double quotation. That means we put a double quotes around it or around the text. So example is given here. Again, we can see that we start with the double quotations or double quotes, and we end it with also double quotes. So this is a string literal, and also 1, 2, 3 main string, or just one character X. Now, when we have one character and it's in a single quote, it's called the data type is a character, it's not a string. A string always will be in double quotation or double quote. So this is again 3 different examples of a string data type. So for example, I may have a value 120. If 120 is in double quote, then again, it's a string. If 120 is not in a double quote, then it's a value. So here we say every character string is an object in Java defined by the string class. So when we declare a data type as a string, that very object, or let's say a variable, becomes an object. So we know in object-oriented programming, an object means it can have its own method that it can manipulate with the data. So that's why string class have a built-in methods, such as to join 2 or more strings together, or to find the length of a string, or to copy a string from one location to another location, or from a source to a destination. And we may discuss on that also later on. So first we have a method called Println. So Println is a method. A method is more or less the same as a function. The difference is that a method always belongs to a class. So a method consists of an expression or a statement that perform a specific task. I'm talking about Java statements that perform a task. For example, when I write a method to find the sum of two values, this is a method. I call it a method because it belongs to a class. Now, if it doesn't belongs to a class, then we call it a function. This Println method is a built-in method. We don't need to write it. And it belongs to system.out. So anytime I'm going to use Println, I have to include the object system.out. System.out Println means we want to print an item on our screen or the monitor screen. So example is given here, system.out.println. Whatever, again, method always have an argument. So whatever is inside the argument or the parentheses is what we print out for Println. So here, if I run this program or this very expression here, I'm going to get whatever you are, be a good one, on my monitor screen. We know Java always ends up with a semicolon. So the statement here ends with a semicolon. And we have the object, the method name is Println, system.out.println. And the argument, whatever is a string, it's in double quotes. So whatever is here will be printed out. So also we have what we call the print method. The difference between Println, actually I didn't mention it. Println means when we print an item, the cursor will move to a new line. So Println ln means new line. So when I print whatever you are, be a good one, the cursor will move to the next line. But if I use system.out.print, when I print whatever you are, be a good one, the cursor will wait in the same line. It will wait, it will move to the next line. So we also have the print, which also use the same concept, system.out.print. We print whatever in our parentheses. So let's see this program, countdown.java. Again, the previous lectures we discussed, we did a lab work. We ran 2 programs, the same concept here. So here we have a program and we consider the file name is countdown.java. Why? Because the main class name also is countdown. And what this program will do is that it's going to print 3210 liftoff. Houston, we have a problem. But you can see that we are using Println and also print. So the output on this program will be 3 with 3, 2, 1, the same line. So when we print the 3 the first time, we get 3 periods, 2, 3 periods, 1, 3 periods, in the same line, 0, 3 periods. Then we move to the next line because this is Println. After we print the liftoff, we move to the next line, then we print Houston, we have a, so this, the first from 3, 2, 1, 0, and liftoff will be in the same line. Then Println will move it to the next line. So we can see the output here, as we say, 3, 2, 1, 0, liftoff. They are all in the same line because we are using print throughout. Then when we print ln liftoff, because of ln, the cursor moved to the next line, then it came and print Houston, we have a problem. Houston, we have a problem also is ln, so the cursor will be on the next line. But again, this is the end of the statement. So what this program is doing, again, is to print the output we have here. 3, 2, 1, 0, liftoff, then the next line, Houston, we have a problem. Why the cursor moved to the next line? Because we are using Println. Why the cursor stay on the same line? Because we are using print. So again, one more time, in Java, to print a statement on our screen, monitor screen, we use system.out.print or system.out.println. Also, we have the string concatenation. String concatenation means joining 2 strings together. So example is given here, peanut butter plus and jelly. The string concatenator operator is plus. So now when I'm using a plus and I have 2 values, it will add it for me. So let's say, for example, I have 20. 20 is not in a double quotation, it's not. So if I have 20 plus 30, 30 also is not in double quotation. The answer will be 50 because 20 plus 30 is 50. Now, if 20 is in a double quotation, and even 30 is in double quotation or not, my answer will be 20, 30. That means it's joining the 20 and 30 together. So the operator, concatenation operator, it also does the addition. If the 2 items between it or the 2 operands are values, then it will add them. If one of them is a string or both of them are a string, then it will join them together. So 20 plus 30 is 50 if they are values. If 20 is in double quotes, that means it's a string, so I'll get 20, 30 together. So that's the operator we use to join 2 strings together. Also, we can use it to join a string and a value together. So let's see this example again. Here we are going to demonstrate the use of string concatenation operator and the automatic conversion of an integer to a string. So the main class name is facts. So our program name is facts.java. We have the main method, public static void main string argument. And here we're asking to print out system.out.println. We present the following facts for your extracurricular edification. So this will be printed on our screen. Then I have system.out.println. I'm not printing anything, but what I'm doing here is that I want to have a space. So I want to print an empty space to have empty space. Then I will say, okay, system.out.println, letters in the Y alphabet, 12. It's in double quotes, so that's what we'll print. Then here we're going to have a numeric value can be concatenated to a string, as we said earlier. So here you see that we have system.out.println, darling code for Antarctica. And you can see this is in double quotation, plus 7672. But since the first test is a string and the second is a value, it's going to join it. It's not going to add. Actually, we cannot even add, say, 72 to a sentences. So again, we're going to join it. Also, here we say year in which Leonardo da Vinci invented is in double quote plus the parachute, double quote plus 1515. Now, since we have a string to my left, the value to my right cannot add to a string. So it's going to join it. Speed of a ketchup is in double quotes, 40 plus kilometer per hour. So this also is going to join because we have at least one string. So this will be our answer. The first one we said to there are 12 characters. They are strings. The second one, dialing code for Antarctica is again a string, but 672 is a value. And as we said, when we have a string and a value joining, we're going to join, we are not going to add. Here also the same thing, 1515 is a value, but to my left, we have a sentences, there's no way we can add it, so we join. Speed of a ketchup, 40 kilometers per hour, again, we join it. So let's go back one more time. You can see the code here. This is a string, a value. So this will be joining, not adding. This is a string, a value, the same thing. String, a value, and a string. So we're going to join both sides. Now the previous one, this is also a string. This is also a string. So anytime we have at least one string, then it's going to, the plus will work as a join operator or concatenator. But the previous example we did, we can do addition, subtraction, etc. If both sides are, again, addition. So string concatenation is the plus operator. We can also use it for arithmetic addition. And the function that it performs depends on the type of information on which it operates. As we said earlier, if all the items are values, then it will add as an arithmetic operator. If one of the values are string, then it will join concatenator or concatenate operator. So this is another program. Here we have our main class addition. So the file name is addition.java. And here we have our main method, public static void main string argument. So here the first thing, system.out.println, 24 and 45 is joined together, concatenated. So we have 24 plus 45. Now, why is it joined together? Because to my left here is a string. So anytime I'm joining a string with a value, automatically will be a string. Now here, you see we put it in the parentheses. So the 24 is not affecting the pros yet, or the string. What I mean to say, the string. So here it's going to add. The answer we get, then it will join to the string. So this is our output. The first, again, we join it because 24 and 25 is a string. There's no parentheses to differentiate. So we have plus 24, you join it, then it join. Here we do parentheses first. So we have addition, value to the left, value to the right. So you add it. Then later we have a string to the left. So we join. So 24 and 25 added to 69. 24 plus 45 is 69. So this is a quick check. What output is produced by the following? If I have this, the output that will be produced by the first will be X column 25, because we are going to join, because X column is a string. So we are joining it to 25. Now for the Y, you can see that we have a parenthesis here. So we're going to add first. 15 plus 50 will be 65. Then 65 will join it to Y. So the answer will be Y column 65. The third also, there's no parenthesis. So we are going to join first. So Z will be joined to 300. then will be joined to 50. So we get Z 350, which will be 30050. And that's the solution here, 25, 65, then 350. So next in Java, we have what we call the escape sequences or escape operators also, like \n, \t for tab, \r to return the carriage, etc. So what if we wanted to print the quote character? If I want to print a quote or double quotation character, since Java understands what quote means, we have to use a backslash to notify Java that we want to print the quote, not translate the meaning. So if we wanted to print the quote character, the foreign line would confuse the compiler because it will interpret the second quote as the end of the string. So like I said, then we have hello. Then next we have a double quote again to you. This will be a little bit confusing. But the solution will be hello. We have a string, so everything will be joined together. So an escape sequence is a series of characters that represent a special character. And as we know, an escape sequence begins with the backslash character. So I can have as said, escape sequence, hello to you. So these are some of the escape sequence we can use. Backspace, we use the \b. The tab, we use \t. To move to a new line, we use \n. For a carriage return, we use \r. Double quote, we use \double quote. And single quote, \single quote. And if I want to print a backslash, then I have to write 2 backslashes. So these are the Java escape sequences. Now we have a program here called roses.java because the main class is roses. And here we're going to print a poem of a sort on multiple lines. So you can see here we have system.out.println. Roses are red. We have \n, so we move to the next line. Then we have \t, then we tap it, then we say violets are blue. Then we move to the next line again. Then we have sugar is sweet, \n, \t. But I have commitment issues. So I did rather just be friend. And we can see the output here. So this is another quick check. They say here we should write a single println statement that produces the following output. So what I need to do here is to write system.out.println. In a double quote, we start with thank you for all coming to my home tonight. Said it's mystery. So you just have to print the whole thing and put it in the double quotation also. So that's what is here. Thank you for coming home tonight, he said mysteriously. So everything will be in double quotation. Now, next we move to a variable. The only thing I want us to know about variable is that variable is a memory location. Anytime we declare variable in our program, we are telling the operating system allocate a memory space for us. So here we say variable is a name for a location in memory that holds a value. So a variable declaration specifies the variable name, the type of information that it will hold. So variable, we have to specify the name. And we can see an example here, int total. So the name is total, the data type is int. Or if we have more than one variable and they are all using the same data type. Yeah, for example, here we have a count, temp, result. 3 variables, but they are all the same data type. So we can put it in one line, the first variable, comma, space, second variable, comma, space, then the last variable. Also, a variable can be given an initial value in the declaration. So here, for example, we have int sum equal to 0. Then int base equal to 32. So the mass will be 142. Sorry, 149. And here we say when a variable is referenced in a program, its current value is used. Let's say an example here. So here we have a program named piano keys.java. So main class is piano keys. And we want to print the number of keys on a piano. So we go to the main function, we declare variable name keys. The data type is int, and we assign the 88. And from here, we just print out system.out.println a piano as whatever key, 88 keys. So what I want us to learn here, again, you can copy and paste this code to either the Eclipse or gaps, it's up to you. But what we want to do here is that, you can see that here we want to print an output. And since the keys is 88, we are going to say that the piano has 88 keys. Instead of representing it with 88, we represent it with a variable name. But anytime we see the variable name, we get the value there. So assignment operator also is used to assign values to a variable. So if I'm going to assign a value to a variable, the values will be on the right side, the assignment will be in the middle, and the variable will be on the left side. So as an example, we can see here, we have 55 assigned to total. Again, that's the assignment operator, 55 assigned to operator. And here we have another program named geometry.java. We say public class geometry. The main class name is geometry because the file name is also geometry. Then we say public static void. The main method, string argument, we declare variable name side. We assign 7 to it. Then we say system.out.println, the octagon has 7 sides. Second, we change the size from 7 to 10. And we say system.out.println, a decagon has 5, 7, and 7. Because size is 7. And here we have 12, so the same thing is 12 by 12. And that's what we have there. So the heptagon has 7 sides, the decagon has 10 sides, and the decagon has 12 sides. Also, constant variable is very important because, for example, if I'm using a variable and I use it more than 20 times in my program, and I want to change the value, it means I have to go through all the 20 places and change the value. But if I declare variable constant and I assign a value to it, if I want to change any value, I'll just go to the constant variable and then change the value. So a constant is an identifier that is similar to a variable except that it holds the same value during its entire existence. As the name implies, it is constant, not a variable. So always when we declare a constant variable, we have to initialize it, and that value cannot be changed. It's always constant. So the compiler will issue an error if you try to change the value of a constant. And in Java, we use the keyword final in front of the variable name and data type to change the variable to, again, the value. So in Java, we use the final modifier to declare constant. An example is given here, mass load means more than literally 250. In Java, we have a primitive data type. A data type is very important. That tells us what type of, if we declare variable, we assign the data type. It will tell us what kind of value we can enter into the data type, the variable. So there are 8 primitive data types in Java. 4 of them represent integers, byte, short, int, and long. Now, 2 of them represent floating point numbers, this float and double. Then we also have a character, and also we have a Boolean. So these are all primitive data type, which means when we are using this, we don't have a built-in method to manipulate anything. You can see that the string data type is on here because string is not primitive, it's object-oriented, so you have its own methods. This example of numeric primitive data types. We have a byte, it's 8 bits, 120 to 127. We have short, which is 16 bits, int 32, long 64, float 32, and double 64. We also have the character data type. As we said earlier, the character data type can be any value, but only one value. Any character, but only one character at a time. Or any symbol, only one symbol. As far as they are in a single code, Java will recognize that, again, this is a character type. So a character set is an ordered list of characters with each character corresponding to a unique number. So a char variable in Java can store any character from the Unicode character set. The Unicode character set has up to 65,536 unique characters. So these are different types of characters. We have uppercase, lowercase, punctuations. A digit also can be character as far as it's in a single quote. The next one is the Boolean value. Boolean is more or less like binary numbers. So Boolean is either 1 or 0. 1 is true, 0 is false. So Boolean value represents a true or false condition. So here we say the reserved words, true and false, are only valid values for Boolean type. And we're going to end the lectures here. So hopefully now our next lecture or the next 2 lectures, we are going to start with the lab work on Java simple programs. So again, wish you the best. Thank you.